the Fortnite stream. Apologies in advance. I'm having a lot of trouble breathing today, so I might have to take some of these like longer, more labored breaths. A person, thank you for the sub. I like green beans a lot. Oh, they're not gonna find a whole lot of that sort of stuff I don't like. Okay, we're gonna play. I can't be super talkative today. I'm just bad day. Bad day. Can't breathe at all, man. Oh well. Alright, let's go. Ah. Am I no clip? I'm not no clip. I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday? Wednesday. This is Wednesday, right? Hump day. Just kidding, who cares? School's gonna end in like 2 weeks for you guys, right? No one cares about hump day. Luca Lightning, thank you for the sub. This was always my favorite time in school. Everyone was just talking about not having to do it anymore very soon. And the things we would do with the infinite amount of time we were given that would always end in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? When you're conceptualizing summer for a distance, it's like, oh, when summer starts, I will literally never end. And as a kid, it never did. You ever notice that? Time has passed much faster now that we're older. To some degree. Back then, summer used to literally feel like the longest stretch of time ever created. Literally. Now it's just over before you even know it, man. I remember back in 7th grade, the distance between spring break and winter break was like humongous, even though it was like not long at all. On my brain, that 2 month, 3 month stretch took forever. I guess time just passes faster as you get older. It's true what they say. However, allow me to offer this other theory, that has no basis in reality, but I think might actually be true. As we get older, we begin to learn how to have more fun. Because at least in my experience, school used to take so long every day because I was just so bored. And when I got older, I learned how to have more fun with life than I did then. And when you have more fun, time passes faster. Well, the US education system is really bad. That's the thing. For better or for worse, social media makes time pass much faster in school than it used to. I mean, I'm not in school right now, but man, back when I was in 7th grade, no phone, no nothing. you just had to deal with every class you were given. Just stare right in the face. Every day would never end. Clover, thank you for the sub. Every week would feel like a journey. The jelly climb. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Let's try to be quick. Okay, let's go. Say, how long are your guys' period lengths for? Like each period you have in school? Because I've done both 45 minutes and I've done 75 minutes before. Yeah. How about lunch? How long was your guys' lunch? So I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like trying to come up with what to say here in response, but as someone who's done both, I don't really know which one I prefer. They both have their benefits. I think with 45 minutes you're bouncing around more and more often, which is nice. It's a nice change of pace. But some teachers feel like they're not able to get in all the stuff they need to get in. But the problem with 75-minute periods is some teachers don't have enough, so they just start doing nothing for a long period of time. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, the fact that you didn't get a happy birthday wish doesn't make me any happier, if that's what you're asking, or saying. I'm really sorry that you're going through that. I can't be a therapist for you. Because, I mean, I don't know what you've been through, obviously. I mean, I don't know you. I don't know what you need to feel fulfilled. But all I can say is I've almost done myself in like 5 times or something, and I'm still here, so. And I'm in the best mental state I've ever been in, so, I mean, hey, it gets better. It gets better, but you gotta put in the work. And that work isn't all physical, you do things. I'll say this also, there is the conscious, you have two parts of your brains that work. There's the conscious part and the subconscious part. And a lot of people that have a lot of mental issues, they can't access that subconscious part. So they feel guilt and shame and all these things because that's their subconscious trying to talk to them. And you have to learn how to understand what's triggering those things. Why it's unhappy, either a chemical imbalance or you're doing stuff that you don't agree with. But the subconscious is tricky because it's not gonna. The thoughts you have in your head are the conscious thoughts, not subconscious thoughts. But like subconscious thoughts are like, you know that feeling you get, like that, like gut feeling almost in a way. Those things, the things that can't be communicated. And I can't tell you the path to understanding what your subconscious wants. I can only tell you to start the hunt, I guess. But yeah, I hope things get better. Well, ironically, I'm in the worst health of my life, but only physically. I'm gonna make a new rule. If you keep talking this dumbass text, I will ban you. Understood? Like, starting now. When you hear these words, if I see any more text in a different way, I'm banning you. Ain't in the mood. Yeah, it was also angering me slightly. My problems wouldn't be solved by exercise. Not that I even could, because I can't really go outside at all. I mean, I guess I can work out here. But the problems I'm having physically are mostly related to GERD right now. GERD, acid reflux, that sort of thing. Honestly, that's the bulk of my issues. Can't really be solved with exercise or... That's just how it is. I can eat better, and I do. I actually have been taking a lot of care to avoid things that trigger it, but there's nothing I can really do. I think the valve that's supposed to stop acid from going into other parts of my system just doesn't work anymore. Like, at all. Like, no matter what I eat, so... I am trying to get into contact with some sort of gastroenterologist again. We will see if I can maybe get some sort of surgery for it. And then I think I'll improve significantly, hopefully. The problem is that costs time and money, so I just have to deal with it for now. Yeah, today's especially bad. I don't know why. Yeah. My least favorite day of the week was always Tuesday. Dumbass day. We hate Tuesday, dude. Because Tuesday's just like Monday, you're like, okay, yeah, we're back into this. And then Tuesday's when it really hits you, like, oh yeah, 5 days of this right now. And it's like, here we go. It's happening. It's not anytime soon. I have so many days left until the weekend. Of course, Saturday's where it's at. Only like the most boring people on the planet don't think Saturday is the best. Hey, bad. Let's go. Good job. Taekwondo's awesome. I won't. Probably. This is whether or not I pass that cube, man, really. Okay. You're on your deathbed right now? I'm glad I was able to help, but, you know, make sure you see actual, like, therapists and stuff like that. I'm just some guy. You know what I mean? Best and worst month? Best month, December. Worst month, April. December is absolutely the best month. 100%. No allergies. There's like a reason to celebrate all the time. It's like December is like the most festive month of all time. You want to like hang out with your friends and celebrate something, make up some excuse to hang out. You know what I mean? It's so easy in December. You're just like, oh, winter break, or oh, Christmas, or, you know, oh, it's like this and this and this. It's like the easiest month to hang out. You can always come up and tell, like, oh, final exams just happened. I can go, like... It is the easiest month to make him an excuse to hang out. And I really like the weather. And then April is just the singular worst allergy month ever created, I think. With no exception. And it's also raining all the time, and the pressure sucks for headaches. Because it's always changing all the time. The temperature's changing by 20 million degrees every day. It's terrible. Yeah, literally. Like, it's that sudden. Hurt so bad, dude. Still does. We're still not, like, out of the woods of that concept, really. But yeah, those are my favorite and least favorite months. Also, at the end of December is New Year's party. New Year's party's awesome. Let's go New Year's party. You know what I'm saying, Matt? Matt knows. I don't know, all my friends make up an excuse to hang out every December, so it's really fun for me. Because I get to see everyone again. And also, I feel awesome because there's no issues plaguing me. Yeah, and April has April Fools, which is a terrible day. No, December is we go somewhere and hang out. Like, I refuse to not celebrate New Year's with you guys. Like, that's not happening. The gang has to come together for the New Year's celebration every time. You know, it's just like Christmas, you hang out with your family, and then right as that's over, we're all going somewhere. I don't know where, but we're going somewhere, you know what I mean? We're out. Dude, laser tag was awesome. Crap, I wish I could remember, like, the really funny name that I saw. Man, I wish we could all hang out again. Sigh. There's definitely a picture somewhere. Guys, there was like one place it will never happen ever again, but there was a laser tag game in which Luqualizer, Diamond Splash, Npesta, like these are the names we use, and like a billion other GD usernames were in the laser tag game. Like, imagine being a GD player and you look at the names that you're playing with, and that's what you see. Like, that's crazy. Wait, you found it? See, look at this. Look at this nonsense. Like, imagine being a GD player. You're like, what? The mechanism. This brings back memories. Yeah, Brian was the mechanism. Sonic. I remember some of these names, bro. Yeah, and that brings back memories. Well, who's the mechanism then? It was one of us. I know one of us was the mechanism. That's all we talked about. The whole goddamn meetup was the mechanism. Nate was definitely the mechanism, dude. I just think it's so funny that like a GD player could have just played in that game and saw that. Dude, they need to expand the concept of laser tag now. Every laser tag place is like the same. You can make some really interesting stuff with laser tag. Maybe there is. Maybe I just don't know anything about this. You know what I mean? What is this one? Oh yeah, J-Dog gassed me, dude! Look at my photo. Dude, this J-Dog kid gassed me, dude. I remember, dude. I remember J-Dog. I thought I was winning that game like 100%, dude. I thought I was winning that game 1,000,000%, and then I checked my stupid laser gun thing, and it says second, and I'm like, really, second place? How is that possible? And then this goddamn, like, 11-year-old kid pops up, this J-Dog character. Hey, Brian. Absolutely destroyed I was. No, I know what you mean, Seth Dash. The last time we wanted to hang out, a lot of people that we wanted to hang out with couldn't make it because of school and work and all that. The average age of our friend group is like probably like 20, 21 now, so it's getting harder and harder to all come together. I hope we can do it again soon though. I miss everyone. You do love working. Brian, we need you. I don't really like coughing without... Are you showing to the function? Dude, I just want Courtesy to show up to the function. He might not, he might do it. Please. Please, 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 dude. The wild card, yeah. I hope I can make it, honestly. Of all people, I want to be there. We'll see. I'll be there. I mean, I'll be free time-wise. But that ain't the issue. Man, what's your best right now, Matt? 46. Isn't that like, isn't the level like super second half heavy? Isn't that like really good? Dude, so much congestion, I think. I don't know. Yes. That is what that is. $50 apples thus far. Here's what I'm hoping, though. I'm hoping, because I'm seeing a new doctor now. I hope that... I mean, it's a large ask, but... They're like... You could feel better as soon as 12 weeks. And 12 weeks is less weeks than it takes to get to the where we're going part. So, if I feel better, then that would be great, right? If not, I don't know if I can go. I hope I feel better in 12 weeks. When is 12 weeks from now, guys? I can't do the number crunching. August 2nd. Okay, that's more than 12. I mean, that's 12 weeks away, better than the rest of my life. Yeah, I agree. I just don't believe it will actually help me, because like, you have to understand, when you go through a bunch of, like, medical treatment and it doesn't work, you're not thinking, oh, but the next one's gonna work this time, you know? Wait, 240 for what level? Firework? Why? Acheron? Why? Okay. Because they're bored. I'm gonna go with because of the 31 click instead. I think your answer is a little, well, not so good. Here's a question. So if one were to, like, go through every single, like, hard timing in the level, and then, like, analyze it for every single FPS value, could you, like, theoretically find, like, the easiest FPS to beat it on? Because what if it's, like, not 240 or 360? Like, what if it's just, like 327 or something insane? Like, you go through and each timing, like, you like... I don't know. Dude, that reminds me of the time... That reminds me of the time that I tried to show Ice Cave a bug with Stellar Knight, but the real bug was that Mitch and Eli had set my FPS counter to 361 FPS, making the first click impossible, which is maybe the most successful prank they've ever pulled on me, maybe. I absolutely, hook, line, sinker, completely destroyed by that one, I think. Make a sentence about banana, peace, and Catholicism? What did you mean, like all of those words in a sentence? You could say something like, the pinnacle of Catholicism is when they introduced, like, the holy banana that brought peace to the land, or something like that. In, like, 2048. 2048. I was trying to pick up a random number, I came up with 2048. Add that into the sentence. Let's do it. The pinnacle of Catholicism was when they introduced the holy banana to bring great peace across the land in the year 2048. There. I'm the best homework doer. Buddhism, orange, and goodness? What are these? What is your homework? What could possibly be the relationship between these things? I don't get it. We can go in the past with this. We could say, like, back in the 1800s, Buddhism supported, like, oranges as the ultimate form of goodness for a human being, or something like that. You could just do like that. Just say something about how a certain religion brought about this item and made it the best one, you know? This does sound like an IQ test question. Oh my god. No, I believe you, I believe. Confucianism, gentleness, and pineapple. I already gave you the formula. You can do it from here on out. What the hell is this homework, bro? This is stupid. Actually, the dumbest homework I've ever heard of. Actually, that's not true. I've definitely had works to do. But, like, what? Not sure why this is like this. For real. You can mix it up with that. You can be like, you can do like the reverse. You could say like pineapples evolved to be the great race on the human earth. Their gentleness allowed them to learn Confucianism and take it as their main religion or something like that. You can like swap it, you know. Ah! Oh my god. Come on. Come on, bro. Why did I put the tissues on here? Am I stupid? Let's put the tissues out of reach so I can never get them. The holy pineapple. Whew. No, just a lot of... My chest is like, there's so much mucus. Chest congestion. It sucks, man. Feels like there's like a wall implanted inside of my chest, and it's like not fun at all. Really not fun at all. Man, I got so annoyed at this IQ test, bro. My parents took me like 1 billion because they couldn't believe it, so they kept doing it. And it was so annoying because each one would take like 1,000,000 years, and they just kept doing it for multiple years. Like the first one they did, I was like 3 or something, so I don't remember that. But they kept doing it until I was like 12 or something. And I was like, and it's like at that point, you know, stop. Ironically enough, when I was getting my autism assessed, they did an IQ test on me. But the scale only went up to 130, and I got mad. Like, not actually mad at her, but I was like, you know, if I was gonna go through the effort of taking another one of those goddamn tests again, we could at least, you know, go up, or so, I don't know, like, 4 hours just to hit the limit of what the test wanted to do. It's annoying. What do you want me to do about it? I'm not Rob Top. No, IQ is a meaningless attribute. Like, literally meaningless. Honestly, it's better as an autism test than anything else, I think. How do you go about lowering your IQ? You can start by drinking alcohol every day. It'd be a really good start. And, you know, screw the moderation. Just, you know, like a bottle, I'd say, a day. We're going to start there. Then what I'm going to want you to do is you're going to download TikTok and spend every living moment you have scrolling through there. Intelligent quotient. No. Yeah, no problem. Glad you're on your way. You know, as a lot of you guys get older, a lot of you guys are gonna get pressured to drink. You know it's okay to say no, right? You all know that. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. I trust you guys know that rather simple lesson, but I still think it's worthy of being said. Because I'll give you guys a little tip. Ready? I'll give you guys a little tip. If someone, without being drunk, because when you're drunk, you know, then you're not thinking. But like, if someone sober is trying to convince you to drink and they're like really offended you won't drink, it means they're an alcoholic more likely than not, and they're looking for people to kind of like reinforce that it's fine from a social perspective. If you find a normal person that asks you to drink and then you say no to them, they're not gonna freak out. You know what I mean? They're just gonna be like, all right, cool. Ninth graders hitting that bong is crazy, dude. Lobotomy. But yeah, I always get suspicious when people get offended if you won't do something with them, because it says more about them, in my opinion. Yo, Glowy Orange, thanks for the 500 bits, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I never judge anyone for alcohol-related stuff unless they're like binge drinking and pretending like it's okay. Otherwise, who cares? You know what I mean? I'm not them. Even then, if they're actually ruining their life and they don't care that they're ruining their life, at some point you just got to be like, all right, you know, I mean, that's a difficult conversation to have, but everyone does have their own life, you know, it depends what they want to do with it, but, you know, you also got to be there for people if you can tell they definitely want to be better and they're, like, stuck in an alcoholic loop thing. But I'll give you guys a super easy tip to not get addicted to alcohol. Ready? Only do it, you know, at, like, parties and other social settings. Never by yourself. Never to deal with any problems. And it just won't happen. It's one of the most simple lessons, but the hardest to follow. But it's really easy if you, like, internalize it. If you're doing literally any substance whatsoever, only do it if you already feel good to start in the first place. You know what I mean? Set and setting, man. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, alcohol is not that serious. You don't need to worry about sun setting." Yeah, you do. It's more dangerous than most of the illegal drugs on the market. Yeah. Well, obviously you can just not do it at all. I mean, yeah. But for those who do want to do it. I'm not going into depth, but I will say this. Because of my physical health, I don't do anything. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. My physical health is simply too bad. Because of the rule, if you're not feeling good, then don't do it. And I do not feel good ever, so... You know... I would definitely have to get physically better to enjoy stuff like that. Because you have to think, for those who have done those sort of substances, imagine doing that, but you have acid reflux. No. Right? No. Like, you don't exactly need to be an expert to know it's just a bad idea. Yeah, no, Dream is even more off the rocker than before, dude. Yeah, it's maybe the single worst thing you can do. I hate acid reflux so much, dude. You have no idea. Hating Dream has always been allowed here. I'll say as someone who's my restrictions on talking about this sort of stuff is getting looser as I get closer and closer to 21. But I've never like said anything I regret because I already don't have a filter because I can't have a filter so nothing changes. You know what I mean? Like I can't like I don't know how to describe it. You already know exactly what's going on in my brain at all times. My thoughts on acid reflux. It's maybe one of the worst things I've ever experienced because I don't know where that acid is going. I don't know how the system works at all. All I know is that acid is sitting somewhere where it's not supposed to and probably breaking down my cells. And that's really bad because that can cause cancer. And the longer I go without being able to solve it, the more likely I am to develop some sort of throat cancer or some other disease, and it also just perpetually hurts. I'm worried about that for sure. I don't want to develop cancer at all. I mean, who does, right? You also have to understand, in my case, I'm asexual, so I don't have, like, deep desires that I'm burying or anything like that, so there's nothing to really bring out of me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I have a very good relationship with my subconscious. I kind of know what's going on in there for the most part. Hey, Xenofin. I hope it'll work out too. Yeah, for sure. I really hope so. Oh, man. This area hurts so bad, wherever this is. Jesus. I'm very distracted playing today, because it's just like so much. Did you guys see Cell FC Delta Dan? It's finally over. It happened. The last Mania Dan to get FC'd. Because Epsilon's not getting FC'd. Yeah, if you get ridiculously lightheaded when you stand up, you might just have low iron. It's a pretty common cause. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now Cell is the best player in the game, I think. Literally the best. Did you see Green Eye Jealousy 1.05 AA? That's ridiculous! I think Cell's the best, right? I don't know who the hell is better than Cell right now, dude. That hardcore 1.3 AA? Okay. Like... all of his scores are just like, really? Like, it's like... it's the first time in so many years that the best Mania player is someone that, like, isn't like a 14-year-old that just got in the game through Robies. It's actually crazy that this is even still possible, and it's really inspiring. Because it's like... he made it, dude! He's like our age, dude, and he made it! That's crazy! So inspiring. I'm sure he has done Shotgun sooner, you know. Shotgun. Probably on like 1.1, and then also like FC it. Like his stream speed is so fast. Really? So like JKZ UK mining, they only got into like OC Mania, they never played Quave or anything like that? That's wild. There's so many Mania players that are better than I will ever be that started like 2 years ago. And it's like, how? It's so crazy. Yeah, like, yeah, Cell came back and was like, oh, by the way, better than arguably anyone's ever been, so, you know. And he's probably just gonna go right back to pump it up and just go forever. Literally the only skill set he isn't, like, one of the best at right now is, like, Core Deck. But, I mean, who can blame him? Like, dense, even light. You saw his Rose Quartz in the Epsilon. Which he AA'd on Eterna, which is unbelievable. You and I AA Epsilon on Eterna, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's pretty good. Yep, that's real. Isn't that cool? I would so play Eterna if I could get my window size correct. I can't, no, because I can't make Eterna not break when I go into the window mode. It doesn't work for me, yeah. The frame rate gets all weird, everything gets all laggy when I go into window mode. And I can't, it's not smooth at all. It's only smooth in full screen for me. It's a shame, because I really want to play some of the new packs that came out. I heard there was a lot of really interesting stuff that dropped recently. Well, whatever. Yeah, I really wanted to check that pack out. There's another pack I was really interested in. I forgot what the name of it was. Also, Minty Fresh Pack 4 doesn't have a convert to Mania, so I can't play those. Because literally some of the best charts I've ever played are in there. Like, you got Pump It, you got Terra Promessa, you got Soppy, you got some insane charts in there. Light of Infinity isn't the worst, it's just really forgettable. That's all. That's the problem with it. I don't think many people that played it were like, this is the worst thing ever. It's really boring. And just kind of nothing. I do have a plan on what to do after Ender Destiny. I'll reveal it when I'm ready with it. I still can't believe I had a session at a friend's house and it was good. Because usually I'm the only kind, I'm like a kind of guy that can only play on my own setup. But I went to Mitch's house and I was like, let me try playing on your keyboard. And I was like, oh, here we go. Oh, I'm this now. Oh, I can do this now. And it was like insane. Actually mental. Rubidium, thank you for the sub. What's up, dude? Man, that sucks. This is one of the most unfortunate deaths I probably had this far. I still can't do chord jacks, they're so hard. Yeah, that was really annoying. Chord jack is like that's not helpful at all. It's like how do you describe a chord jack, man? It's like, imagine all the notes were on a grid and they can't deviate from that grid. So when you get to a set of notes, they're all on a like a horizontal line, and then they go on like the specific BPM of whatever song you're playing to. So whatever BPM that is how many times those lines appear. So you got a line of like 3 notes, and then another line of a certain amount of notes, and then another line, and then another line, and it keeps going. And it's very like, it plays in a very specific way. Nice, let's go. UD. Well, if there's 4 keys there, but it can be any amount of keys. The point is that they're all mapped on that grid horizontal line structure as opposed to freely flowing. And that's why you'll find chord jacks are at a lower BPM than like streams and stuff like that. Because technically, everything works like that. Like jump stream, like I'd say a pretty common jump stream BPM would be like 240. It's also mapped so that there's notes on every line of 240. But with chord jacks, it's like the average chord jack map, I'd say, is like 130. Is a pretty good average chord jack map. And those are notes everywhere, as opposed to jump stream, you'll find like 2 notes on a line or 1 note on a line. Where a chord jack, it's like 3 or 4. Or you'll have a note, and then right on the next line, you have another note on that same thing. Whereas in jump stream, you never really have repeating notes. It always kind of, your fingers move to a new place every time. And then that concept can be exaggerated even further, and then you get like stream maps, which can go up to like you get up like 300 BPM stream maps, where it's just like a single note every line. And those are the main types of patterns. I don't like normal Osu. It's not fun for me. I don't have very good aim or control over my hands in a lot of meaningful ways. That's why I think most people who have watched me play Mania can understand. I'll just randomly miss all the time because my hands will just break. Like, I'm not good at FDing things. So for me, I like that room for error. Because my hands suck at being consistent. The reason I'm not that good of a Mania player, a lot of it boils down to, well, one, I'm not very physically gifted, and then another one is, since I randomly, like, miss a lot of the time, sometimes when I miss, I start missing more, and then I can't read the notes as effectively, because half of them are being hit and half of them I'm missing, because I'm just, like, randomly hitting keys, trying to regain what I was doing. Which isn't just exclusive to me, but I'm really not good at regaining that for them. Man. I thought I was being extra safe by doing that click there. But I was a little too safe. Oh well. Yeah, for sure. I'll try one more time to try to explain how the notes work. So, like, imagine every song has like a BPM. So imagine, like, I don't know, this is not deep, but like you've seen the 4 notes like before, right? Like you've seen notes fall down before. Imagine, like, forget all those notes. Just imagine like a line comes down every time like a BPM happens. So like 120 BPM, 120 of those lines come down in a minute. So 2 every second. Then you can place notes on those lines to make a 120 BPM chord jack map. That's pretty much how it works. Unfortunately, that also makes me rather acutely aware of how high my heart rate gets without even needing to check when I feel it, if, like, it's going up for some random reason. The fact that I can identify with a good amount of accuracy doesn't help, because then I'm like, oh, that's probably right, and even when I go to check it, it's right, I'm like, that sucks. Oh, why? I don't actually know why that happens. That sucks. I still don't know why that happens. It just happens sometimes. Am I just not clicking early enough? Must be, yeah. Because I died to the thing being too far to the right, I think. Right? Yeah. Or maybe my click was just too long. Damn it, dude. That sucks. I haven't been there in like 4 days or something. I'm playing. Ugh. That sucks. Hey, you get there once, you can get there again, though. You know what I mean? Damn. Why is there an invisible... I guess... I swear that invisible thing hits before you could die. My balance was weird. Man, I probably need to read a previous message to get it. That was a good run, yeah. I didn't hold enough? How could that be? I hit the spike. Wait, maybe you're right. Wait, can someone clip it? In my brain, it was just if I hit that spike, I held too long. I didn't back down forcefully enough. Oh. No, I can't be deadlocked to one attempt because I don't know how to do the UFO at the end. Every time I try to do that for like some dumb challenge, I always die to that UFO. Every time. Eyes are watery, they can't see because I sneeze. The messed up part of my brain wants Rob Top to release an official level that's like literally like a middle tier extreme demon or something insane. Like imagine what would happen. Like, yeah, imagine like you have to go through all these like hoops to unlock it. And, like, if you beat it, you get, like, 500 stars or something insane. It gets, like, a whole ass, like, ARG hunt to, like, unlock it. Now, that would be cool. Dude, I watched a video about the Skyblock ARG hunt that took a year or something, and it was insane. Like, if that's what Skyblock was the whole time, I would just play that all day. Like, actually. It looked insane. Yeah. It's such a good video. No, it literally looked like the most fun event of all time, dude. Like, it looked so unbelievably fun. And the whole time watching, I was just like, damn, I wish I was there. Like, I wish I somehow was there. It would have been so fun to throw out ideas and try to solve it with everyone, you know? Killer Demon, thank you for the sub. There's something about the Kudra Mandible. List-worthy Rob top level. It's so funny. I guess we'll see how platformer plays. I'm curious. The energy video was awesome because it was like exactly one thing that I successfully guessed before it was revealed, and I was like, yes! I am a mega genius mastermind. Let's go. And then nothing else I got. So. I think the random trigger will be great for extremes. I think we'll add a lot. Imagine how cool it would be if like you were playing an extreme and at the end of the level was like a ship and it like randomly generated like the saw blades or whatever obstacle at the end, so you had to sight read it from the start. And it was like this like nerve final choke thing, like can you read this or will you die or something like that. That'd be sick. Oh, I know Lucky Draw. No. It's already been done. I don't need to do it. As someone who really likes sight reading, I'm curious to see if any sight reading challenges get involved. But yeah, it wouldn't be like extreme demon gameplay you'd have to sight read, but just like simple like bullet hell dodge these obstacle, like the low death ship, something like that. That's so crazy that he made that, actually. Like a different level of insane that he made that when he made it. Like literally that makes no sense that he was able to create that. I heard about it, but I didn't know if it was going anywhere. Cosecant. I don't like Cosecant. I don't know why I referenced it. It's not a fun one to handle. I don't think this game will exist in 20 years, man. Probably. Xerix competition. Whew. It's not that I don't read your messages. It's just you have to understand. I think people don't understand. A lot of the questions that get asked are either, like, if I don't know the answer, I'm not going to say I don't know every single time. Like, when people ask me, is this harder than Oblivion? I'm not going to every single time say I don't know because I don't want to repeat that 50 times throughout the stream. You know what I mean? So there's really no good way for me to go about it except just move on. Can I spit on the camera? I can clean it up quick. Well, it's not. If there's any spit. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to ignore people, but I also, you know, I also can't every single time mention that I don't know. It's just how it is. I get how it can come off as rude, but I mean, literally nothing else I can do. I think. I just said I don't know. I don't know. I will never know. I will never give my opinion on whether or not this is harder than Oblivion ever. Okay? Just so we're all clear, because there's such different levels. They're just so different. And I mean, I'm not the kind of guy, I don't know, like, it's in the same tier. That's all that I know. It's around the same place. Even if I played all the levels around it, I would just say it's around the same tier. I wouldn't say this level is conclusively harder than the other level. I'm not giving that opinion. It doesn't... Yeah, also the screen looks like 8 individual blobs. Like, I don't know. Space for the goat. Yeah, they're both just hard. I like how Celeste does it. There's the tiers, and it's in this tier. Not one is harder than the other, because that doesn't work. Something like the GGP is probably better. Cool. Killer Demon, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, exactly. There's no right answer. I hate people that think there's a right answer and everyone else is stupid because they don't see the... I don't know, some people just have egos, man, you know what I mean? Some people are just so egotistical, it's wild. And maybe it's not even as much ego as much as it is they are unable to see things from a perspective that isn't their own. It's ridiculous. My wrist is really unhappy today. Maybe I have a fever. I did sleep for like 10 hours. That's not good. And all my joints ache. Yeah. I just knew it. My 64 on the title because it's my second best death. I just like doing that. It is very confusing. Like, the amount of people who just talk about difficulty without knowing anything at all. I'm not sure what the phenomena is. Is it just like... No, I literally don't know. Is it ego? Is it like some metric of self-importance where you think that you know better than everyone? I don't know. No, what is it? Yeah. That's what I'm more asking. I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't get it, so. Yeah. It is what it is. The GG community's not great with it, but... it's definitely a difficult concept. I don't think a lot of communities are very good at difficulty stuff. Yeah, there's also a large subset of people that have like a player they really respect, and then if they give their opinion, they'll just adopt that opinion without playing it. That's another big one that I didn't really think about. Man, I wanted to try that attempt for some reason. I really wanted to get somewhere today. I guess I did. I'm worried because my right hand's really starting to hurt. I don't want to push it. Luckily, it doesn't feel like anything real. It's just like this part right in the middle. Something here is unhappy. It's maybe I slept on a funny. Who knows? It was like that yesterday too. Not carpal tunnel. That is not. Carpal tunnel is more grip related. It's more related to thumb stuff, because that's where that is. There's no numbness or anything. That's the big thing with carpal tunnel, numbness. Like if I can do this, then I don't have carpal tunnel. Because nerve damage is more, because carpal tunnel is nerve damage. Nerve damage is more pain. Like you more see nerve damage when you're feeling numb, not pain. Yeah, same. The fact that I haven't developed it is insane. With all the games that I play and the amount of time I play them. Like, it's actually wild that I haven't developed carpal tunnel. It also helps that I take pain very seriously. I don't play through a lot of pain. Because I listen to my body, which is an important factor of keeping healthy hands. You stretch them out before you do anything, before and after. You drink enough fluids. You run them under hot water and everything. You go through all the hand exercises every day. All those sort of things. What was that noise for? The noise was unrelated to anything. Okay. Yeah, hi, Isaac. What's up? It also helps. One of the main reasons I haven't developed carpal tunnel is because my arm and my hand are at the same level. That's one of the main things. I've done a lot of research about it. You want to keep, hey Maya, you want to keep, if you're playing a game like this, you really want to keep your arm and your wrist at the same vertical level. It's less strain on the whole thing. And some hand pain randomly is pretty normal. I mean, stuff's always constantly breaking and repairing and breaking and repairing, and you sleep on your hand funny and all that sort of stuff. Everything in your body is just constantly breaking and repairing. I have the new Hada level is crazy. They're very interesting. Yeah, I'm really glad he stuck with it, because he really made a great level just now. Like, actually so good. It's probably demotivating, because, you know, he made a bunch of levels that a lot of people didn't really like. Yeah, that's how I play Mania too. I keep everything level. Although I kind of play left hand wrist up because I don't have as much motion in that hand as I do in my right. I remember when Korn came out, we were like, why did he make this? You know what I mean? I mean, that was a crazy time. You know what? Also, I don't think because my hand really isn't feeling any sort of pain. My hand isn't feeling any sort of pain in the wave part, but it is in this robot. I think all these short clicks it doesn't like. That's what I think. Like the sharpness of these short ass clicks that I have to do at the start of every time. I think that's what my hand doesn't like more so than any other part. Yeah, just like one of those shorts like dun 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 dun. I don't think my hand likes it. For the two people who play bridge here, me, Ox, and Glenny Boo, I think we're gonna play Invex, which is so exciting. I don't think I'm playing on that team yet, me, Ox, Glenny, but it might be one of the most insane team chemistries ever if we can practice a little bit beforehand. Me and Ox are already like crazy with it in terms of the chemistry, and Glenny Boo has something we don't have: actual mechanics. You know what I mean? Like Glenny Boo can. Not only has like really good chemistry and game sense, but can also actually play the game. And me and Ox, you know, with us, it's like one of those things where we're there, you know, we can do things, but I'm just like envisioning if we can get it right, I stall out the people rushing, and then Ox is developing insane systems, and then Glennywoos playing support by PvPing as many people as possible that are coming down the bridge. And I don't think we would lose. I don't know, like, that sounds like insane to me. I don't know. Yeah. It literally sounds like the best plan ever. Yeah, it sounds like you can't lose if that... Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, whatever team Creeper forms is probably going to be the team we have to deal with. Because, you know, Creeper. Bridge is a strategy game when you're playing it in doubles. In solos, unless you're playing with someone who echoes the same values, like Cheetah or someone like that, you're not gonna... It's gonna be a PvP fest. Cheetah's super fun to duel in solos, though. So fun. One of the most fun players I've ever dueled, I think. It's not a very long list of the people that I actually enjoy dueling solos. It's like Cheetah, Bucky, Reply, Eric, Light. I don't know, man. I don't know anyone else that's currently playing that I enjoy dueling solos. It's kind of a chore to duel anyone else. But yeah, it's about to get real. I think if the tournament goes well, I'll probably record footage of my gameplay and upload it to the second channel, because it will probably be really cool to watch. There's not enough. It's crazy, because I don't know if, like, the comp scene has, like, ever been this alive in a long time, but there's, like, no YouTube stuff going on at all. But the comp scene is crazy, dude. I log on and there's 100 people on. It's one of those things where I'm feeling like, 100 people playing right now. I bet you can make that number grow even more if you actually made content, you know what I mean? You're right. But the problem is I'm not bridge anymore. I have such a different playstyle from, like, everyone. It's funny because, like, you can beat my ass so easily, but the moment you fall into, like, the moment you fall into a trap where I'm allowed to play the way I like to play, it's over. It's like, well, you have entered my zone. Good luck. Yeah, I can promote my playstyle for real. Because the way I play, like a lot of the people that play nowadays, the way they play is they just aggro everything, PvP platform, move forward, as fast as possible. The way I play is like, I might not even win the next 80 PvP fights, but then when I do, what's going to happen is we're going to go down here, make this system, ignore it entirely so he doesn't know it's there, and then we're going to go up and then kill him while he's trying to aggro me, and then you do all these steps, you know? Like all these things. And I don't patch bypasses as much. I only patch the really bad ones because otherwise I know where they're going, you know what I mean? If people have like a set amount of bypasses that aren't that dangerous, but they think that it's a good idea for them to go there, then I can easily aggro them as they're trying to escape it because they don't think that I'm paying attention to that, and then I kill them every single time for 15 minutes straight. Literally, the moment you give up, just like, the moment you stop running down the bridge and PvP me to try to score, you're screwed. Like, if you decide, I'm gonna try to bypass to get past him, it's not gonna work. Spiral, thank you for the sub. Like, it's just a bad idea, you shouldn't do it against me. Like, you can get past me. You can, it's possible, but it will waste so much more of your time because you can probably just get a goal off on me by running forward and PvP me and killing me. But they don't think that way. Hey, Pine Nut? Jesus Christ. That's so insane. Yeah. I very much... Blue Cheese is awesome. I very much like the way that like, if you think about the game strategically. That's why me and Ox, like, win games even if we lose 90% of the PvP. Because, like, we don't even need to... We don't even VC half the time we play. We just, like, come up with these, like, ways, you know what I mean? To win. One of my favorite things to do is, like, when someone is obviously bypassing, trying to go as fast as possible in, like, a void or be in situation, if you're able to, like, block them into their own bypass and prevent them from dying, the other person that was defending might have already left because they thought that they were going to either void or be in, and then Ox scores. So that's, like, literally one of our, like, specialty moves. Just make them take as long as possible to get anything done. And in that way, not a single PvP fight needs to be won even, but the gold counter will go up in our favor, so yeah. It's so funny. We work so well together, it's crazy. But if you trap me and Ox on the top layer, we're just gonna go and then lose the game. That's where the wing comes in. Our favorite tool. For real. I like to make a wing and then a low wing under that wing so that when you get knocked off the top wing, you go to the low wing. But what you want to actually do is build the low wing out. This is I shouldn't even be telling you guys this. For those who play Bridge, this is like a really powerful strategy. But if you do a wing, that's like on top layer, and you do it like pretty like close to the main bridge, and then you do a low wing further out. When you get hit this way off the top main wing, you'll get knocked down to the low wing, and then you'll be in a really good spot. That's one of the main ways I like to make wings, because if you think about it, you're not gonna get knocked the other direction, and if you do, you just get knocked back to the main bridge. It's a lot harder to hit someone off if, you know, behind you can get knocked onto a lower part of it. You have time both in vertical and horizontal. It's busted. I don't know if that's going in the main tutorial though. But a lot of bridges, like, you're gonna get, like, expect to get knocked off. Where do you go? You know, you gotta make a plan for that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really effective too, because like if you make your top wing really like close to the base, I mean close to like the main bridge, people are gonna be like, oh, it doesn't matter, we don't need to care about the wing. They made a bad wing there. There's nothing to worry about there. And then you make the low wing go out further, and by the time they already realize that they really should have cared about that earlier, it's already over. I can already move to the side enough on solid ground to get knocked to the low wing. Like a hack mobile. Is that real? Is that made? No way. I can't rank myself in bridge. I literally can lose to someone who's never played the game before, but like can PvP really well. But also I could be like players that you would consider to be like top 5 if I'm in the right mood and in the right doubles game. Literally unquantifiable player. I am the worst, but also not the worst. Man, I really should make that bridge tutorial. I'm not talking because I'm just thinking. I know so much. I even know more than the last time I was gonna make one. But do I really share some of that info? Like, some of that info is like... I should, yeah. I'm just scared I'll create a monster. Like, if someone, like... I'm trying to think. If one of those people that are so good at mechanics that they don't need to do anything other than hoe forward and PvP also understood all the things that I understood, it wouldn't be a... You couldn't beat them ever. Like, under any circumstance. That's arguably what DSEC is. That's why it's so confoundingly impossible to fight. I don't like river floats. It sounds like I'm being a little egotistical, but I've been playing this game for a long time now, and I've never been very good at it, so I've always had to come up with new strategies to like work around. And now I can beat a lot of players using a lot of, you know, interesting tactics. Well, you're the one who can decide to do it. I play every day. I'm on. Yeah, it feels like I'm an anime character that's like fighting some sort of boss that like should win, but like I did some cheeky strategy that allowed me to get a win. Well, it's up to you, man. You need to play expert lobby so we can play it the expert hard side. That needs to happen. That's the only thing on the need list. Like, you will do that. Because I want to play it. I'm itching. I'm itching. Okay. Chipotle acquired. My doctors had me be gluten-free for a while, which sucks, because I know gluten doesn't mess with me, ever. But whatever. I'll do whatever they say. I'm trying whatever. But it sucks, because I don't want to be gluten-free. It's annoying. Like, half the filling foods involve bread. You know? But anyway, my point is, Chipotle is very much my friend right now. Like, probably, like, 2 to 3 times out of the week right now. Because it's like, the amount of food I can get for the price is exactly what I want. And it has everything I need. Unpriced Goose, thank you for the sub. Oh, Chipotle's fire. Burger King is better than Chipotle? Really? Wow. You guys want to know something interesting? I learned about gluten from my parents. Gluten, like, actually was not that common of a thing before. The reason that so many people have gluten problems is because for the longest time, it wasn't something that we ate in, like, large quantities. It's because it was one of the main crops that the government funded, actually, because I think it was for a war or something like that. They needed more crops, so the government gave certain crops. It was like rice, corn, and wheat, gluten, that sort of stuff. They gave that a lot of funding, so gluten became way more prevalent in our stomach, and a lot of people are intolerant to that because that was not common until like recently. Because before that, it wasn't that common of a grain, and we didn't eat it that much. So that's why a lot of people have problems with it. Very interesting stuff. I did not know that. They suspect everyone has some amount of gluten intolerance, but most of the time you never feel it. I think lactose. I don't know what lactose intolerance is about, though. I think it's just an L. I think. I don't know. Because I know we've been drinking milk for millions. Really? How? Dude, if I was lactose intolerant, it would be so annoying. The amount of milk that I ingest. I remember, because I went on an elimination diet before. I had to go like 3 months once without drinking any milk or any lactose, anything. I wanted to, like, I was so done by the end of that, dude. Like, because I didn't feel any better, and also I could never drink milk. I was just like, this needs to end now. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't think I've ever been more upset to remove something from my diet, literally. You know what though? I'm just more glad I'm not lactose intolerant. Like, even if that magically solved all my answers, I'd still be pissed, I think. If I'm being honest. Oh, so maybe milk wasn't around for as long as I think it was. I drank milk more than water? No, I drank water more than water. What? More than milk. But more than anything. Third try. What do I even say? Maple water. Ugh. I had a dream that involved a honey dispenser. Why would I even remember that? Are you, what do you do? My brain is insane. Why? Like, the only detail I remember, and there was like multiple honey dispensers. Okay. Good job, brain. Good job, neurons. You go give yourself a round of applause, dude. Like, why would you resurface that? What's the point? That's so funny, dude. No idea. That's literally the only thing I remember. I just remember the dream did feature it at some point. Warmed up their cereal? Ugh. Whew. Let's not think about that anymore. That sounds like one of the grossest things of all time. Wow, I really need to stop thinking about that. Wow. Let's kill that guy. Like, let's like, that, wow, that guy, like, he's gotta go. Jesus Christ. This is the worst thing ever. Like, I should be able to sue for that mental image, I think. Yeah, no, sometimes I'll play a GD level and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing now. Let's go, let's get somewhere. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, that's a sign of bad things to come, dude. Like, there's not... Once I had a dream involving a watermelon, a sink, and an endless flight of stairs, and I was told you need to wash the watermelon and then get it to the bottom of the stairs, but every time I tried to get on the stairs, it wouldn't do anything. And then the watermelon would get unwashed, and I'd have to go back to the top of the stairs. It was like Sisyphus rolling up the boulder, but instead it was a watermelon and a sink, I guess. Yeah, it just became I don't know, it just stopped. I don't know. That was a weird dream. I don't know. That was a weird one. Although, when are they ever not weird ones? Always some BS going on. Yeah, people are always like, oh, how do you remember dreams? Your dreams are so crazy. I guarantee yours are probably just as crazy to some extent. You just need to write them down and get more mindful about them. There's no way that guy's actually 7. I don't believe it. I'm not buying that. I don't believe someone who's 7 would get on like an iPad and type that sentence in like normal grammar. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, I just don't. Like, so much so that I'm not even gonna ban. Like, I just genuinely don't believe that that's possible. You know how young 7 is, bro? Like, that's really young. There's no way. I don't remember what I was like when I was 7, but it wasn't like that. Seven is 2016. You can't be born in 2016. Nah. We ain't with them, dude. I'm not associated with 26. You can't. Nah. I totally get why older people hate younger people. Like, you can't. You hear that number and you're like, you weren't living through no. I got a Wii U before 7-year-olds existed. Following since 2020. You were not following since you were 5 years old. That's actually impossible. Five. Ten-year-olds were born in 2013. I hate the fact that people that I could interact with in the future were born in an era that I remember, like, actually remember. Like, we're no longer batch buddies, you know what I mean? If I can, like, confidently remember details about the year you were born in, we're no longer batch buddies. We're in a different gen. Yeah, the cutoff is 2010. 2010 is like the first time I remember anything real happening. Like, I can, like, look at 2010 and be like, I remember things that happened this year, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I remember events from before then, but not, like, specifically when. But I remember 2010 because my parents let me bang pots and pans together to celebrate the new year. And I thought that was pretty fun. I thought I was having a jolly old good time, you know? Boom, 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 boom. Nice first memory, probably. Ants in South America in 2007. That's one Lynn KZ. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Thanks, brother. What is my, let's see, what am I think my first memory I've ever had, just because it was so insane to me, even at that, like, I was not old. Like, I was, like, maybe 3, maybe 4, and there was this statue at the Columbus Zoo, where we were at, and half of the statue, it was raining, and the other half, it was completely clear, because the rain wasn't moving, like, very fast at all. So, it was raining, and then right at the middle of the statue, and the other side, it was completely clear, and the other side, it was raining, and I was just like, God damn. That is cool. And my brain was like, yeah, it is, dude. We're gonna remember this forever. And then it did. And I think that's my first memory. I have a good bit of memories from me playing with my foam letters and numbers in the bathtub. I like my foam letters and numbers. I'd, you know, make them into new numbers and stuff, because they were all different colors. Yeah, I was content. I was just playing around with the numbers and letters forever. That's all I needed. Nice. I was always fascinated with what I didn't know. I remember my parents would have to take me around like car parking lots, and I'd read out the license plates because I thought it was cool that they were like collections of these new symbols that I was learning about. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, you can put multiple of them together and they mean something? Let's read them all out. Both Eclipse, thank you for the sub. Yeah, no one's real past, yeah. If your birth year doesn't have 2, 0, and another 0, then I don't like, I can't process you. $2020, shut up. And the zeros have to be, like, what is the word? There's no way. I forget this word right now. It's not consecutive. The word, there's like some other word. I can't remember what it is. Ugh, whatever. Not adjacent. I swear there's some word with a Q that matters here. Oh, maybe concurrent. Maybe that's what I wanted. I don't know what I want. I've told this story about 85 times. My first ever concussion was when I was playing Sharks and Minnows, and I really wanted to catch this kid because he was pissing me off, and so I just gave it everything, and it was like a rainy day, and I like tripped and fell into a jagged brick wall and just passed out. Unfortunately, I've always had my sense of humor, so when I woke up and saw the entire class standing in a circle around me, I thought it was really funny, and I probably shouldn't have laughed, but I think I did. Because it was just like, do-do-do-do-do, and then you look up, and every single person you know is standing in a circle looking down at you. That's pretty funny, unfortunately. It was, they were, I think that, yeah, it looked really funny to me. Because there was no, like, memory in between those two events, so it's just like, oh no. Like, what had happened? And then I went to the office. It wasn't that bad. Like, I was just like, whatever. And everyone was like, oh, you do feel okay? Blah, blah. And then they were like, you get to go home now. And I was like, damn, I get to go home now? This is awesome. And then I went home and it was completely fine. I couldn't look at bright lights for a while, but who cares? I've also never broken bone. Definitely sometimes I should have, but my body was ready. And I've done plenty. I did plenty of stuff outside, and I got my fair share of trouble, but I never skateboarded. I rode my bicycle a lot, but it's kind of hard to break your bone on a bicycle, even if you fall. It's not an easy thing to do. Especially if you're riding around like dirt and not like concrete, and you just like fall on a bunch of dirt. Who really cares, you know, or mud or any? Because you know it's got some softness to it. That sounds really painful, dude. That reminds me, I was in a wave pool once, and I was just like messing around, and I was just like on my knees. As it was pulling me back and forth, and just like one time I did it, I felt it scrape, and I looked, and there was like 2 marks on each of my knee, and they literally didn't heal for like 3.5 years, and I don't know why. Like the most random, like it wasn't even like a scar; it just wouldn't go away. I don't know, and I don't have any problems. Like whenever I got any sort of injury, it would heal like really fast, but for some reason, like I think the code to heal that part of my body and my brain was like, whatever. Doesn't really matter. So there's just these 2 red spots on my knees forever. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I've done so many things that like should have resulted in me breaking a bone. I remember one of the craziest things I did was I was water tubing. You guys ever been water tube before? You basically, you hang on a tube, and then there's a guy on a boat, and he basically tries to knock you off of the tube. But I felt like going in super hard, and I swear I was going past some sort of limit. I was like, how long can I hold on to this stupid tube? I will hold on to it like my life depends on it. And I swear to God, there was like several times where like I got like knocked off the thing and just went boom, you know what I mean? Like, and I like a million times that happened and nothing actually happened to me. It was awesome though. The earliest dream I can remember, and this one makes ready for this one. If this is where the nonsense began. I was at recess, and then what happened was a giant spiderweb fell from the sky, and then all of my classmates got sucked onto the spiderweb, and then all of their genders switched to the opposite one, and then they all went up in a spiral to the sky and exploded, and then I woke up. And I think that made me remember it because it was so absurd. It was like, what was the point of that part? Like, I made no sense. And I was just like sitting there watching it. Made no sense to me. I was just like, okay. That was one of the first dreams I had where I just couldn't. I was just like, okay. That was like the first one I ever documented it anyway. The future of the left Vods. The transgender exploding spider web. That is so confusing. Ever had a normal dream? I don't have many normal dreams, no. I wouldn't have it any other way though. I like it this way. If I had a normal dream, that'd be very confusing to me. Because it's never just like that. I've had a few GD-related dreams, not many. Most recent one I posted on Twitter. It was like, I like woke up and I was in Viperin's house and my brain just like made up a face for Viperin that I've never seen Viperin's face, but my brain just made one up and I was like, oh, that's Viperin. Like my brain was like, oh, okay, that's what Viperin looks like. Like I didn't have to ask if he was Viperin. I just knew from his face because my brain made up the fact that I thought I knew what he looked like in my dream. And then he was like, Nathan, we need to verify this night terrors level. And I was like, all right, what are we doing? Because I, you know, in a dream, you're just like, yeah, whatever. I spawned in your house. Let's do it. And it was like this night terrors level, and there was like the normal path, and then the path on top would like intersect with the bottom path sometimes, and like this whole top path was like crazy, and it had like these like frame perfect impossible inputs, and that Viperin was the one who did the top path, like he never messed up. And I was like, where's the mouse? And it was like, oh, we don't use mice here, we only play with keyboard. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Even in the dream, I wasn't like super happy about that. So we both had to use the keyboard, and so, you know, we were playing, and like he would get to a part where like it would be like spam that no human being could ever do, and it was just like like it was like jackhammer like 1 million. It was like an impossible. I think my brain made one of those like impossible levels where like one of the paths is just actually impossible, but Viper could just do it with like no effort. It was so easy for him, and I had like this like relatively easy ass thing I had to do in the bottom, but I wasn't that used to keyboard, so I was like, damn, I can't do this. And he was like, it's okay, we'll get through it eventually. And I kept doing it, and then eventually we finally got to the end. We're like, yeah, let's go, we did it. And then I slowly faded out, and that was the end of the dream. It was one of the only dreams I've had where like a conclusion was actually like there. I'm not like my brain isn't big on like creating conclusions, but it did that time, I guess. Sometimes it wants to do it. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes it will just teleport me into the next dream, like in the middle of like the falling action, you know what I mean? Like we've already passed the climax, but nothing has actually been resolved yet. But it will just take me to the next part of another dream, and I'll be completely like, okay, cool, we're here now. I don't even remember anything that happened before this. Who cares? It doesn't matter that much, right? But I don't know. A lot of the time, my dreams just end in random places. You feel pain in your dream? That sucks. I can have like, the only time I ever felt pain in a dream is when I was like riding my bicycle and then like a million bugs started eating me alive and then they ate every part of me and I was looking at myself in third person as a pile of rubble and that didn't feel good. But other than that, I don't really feel a lot of pain in dreams, I guess. I don't remember the circumstances of the dream, but I remember one dream I was like running from the cops and I entered this like glass room with 2 doors on the side of it, and like there was a cop car from one direction of the like on one side of the glass room and then a cop car on the other side of the glass room. Well, outside of it was like outside looking in on the glass room, and then both of the cars like and broke through the glass like walls and were both about to just like crush me, and then I woke up. So I didn't get to see how that one went. It was crazy. I can't remember what I was running from or why, though. Yeah, you can do that, Ritzy. Oh, I'll probably just look after stream, to be honest. I don't think I'm getting on Twitter. That sounds really cool. Also, I have had a lucid nightmare, quote unquote. It was hard to describe. I think I was laying on my arm or something, and my body wasn't really ready to sleep because, like, for some reason, I was like. It was really confused. My brain was just confused. Less so that it was scared. It just didn't know what the hell was going on and it got into this state of like confusion. I don't know how to describe it. It was more like, it was some sort of, almost like a delirium in a way. I don't really know what was happening because like I woke. Because what happened was in this like lucid nightmare, quote unquote, I thought I was still like awake. So I went on my phone, I watched a Simple Flips video that my brain made up that I thought was totally real. That was cool. But then I noticed like my body was like feeling really numb and weird and I didn't like it at all. And I was like, damn, this feels really bad. I should like go to the bathroom and try to like throw up or something because I really didn't feel good in this dream state. And I tried to get up and I couldn't control my body at all. Like I was literally trying to get to the bathroom and I would just like bash into random objects. Because I think my brain was like, it didn't really know what was going on. Like I was like literally this dresser right here. You can't see it, but there's a dresser right here. And I like was trying to get up and I like slammed into the dresser and then I stumbled around. I slammed into my computer. I broke everything because I couldn't control my body at all. And I stumbled out into the living room out there. And it was all dark and there was like creatures all around and I was like, okay, this is really bad, I think. I don't know what's going on. I went to the bathroom and the light was flickering on and off forever. And it was like really painful in my eyes. And there was like a screaming detached head at the end of the bathroom. And then I couldn't turn the light on because it was stuck in this middle state that I couldn't control. And it was like, and I couldn't control my body. So I kept passing out as I was like crawling closer to the toilet while I was trying to do anything. And I eventually like crawled onto the toilet. And then as I sat down in it, I started to like come to again in like my actual body. And I looked at my arms and they were like completely messed up, like in real life. Like I was sleeping on them so hard that they were like, and I think because I was having a nightmare, I was like moving around a lot. And I was like sleeping on my arms and they were just like covered in these like marks or something. Not like marks like of like, you ever like, I don't know, whenever you sleep on your arm, you see it like they're covered in like these lines and stuff like that. I think that's what brought it all on. Because I was still laying on those when I woke up, and then I came to, and I was like, wow. okay, you know, it's just like, wow, that is something else, man. It was wild. Yeah, the imprints. But no, I don't need a psychiatrist. I don't have any psychotic issues. That's literally probably the only nightmare I've had in a very long time, and I legit think it was because I was cutting off my own circulation and my body was trying to wake me up. Like, I think there was an actual reason. Because, like, the imprints on my arm were serious. Like, it was a large amount. So, it's not super surprising. And I haven't really had one since. What? That's awesome. You usually get a dream like this when your voice is in your chest. What does that mean? You're getting cryptic. I love getting like cryptic ass messages. That's something I've always noticed about dreams. Sometimes you'll meet these like characters that will tell you like these points of advice that don't make any sense, but they really think it does. Like the people that are giving you this advice. I guess the most obvious like duh thing of all time. This like insane, impossible piece of advice they've just given you. Like as casually as if they just like told you directions to get to the store or something, and they expect you to like instantly get like. And then you meet these like different characters that have like these different ideas of what these you know, what they should tell you and that sort of stuff. It's weird. Like you'll have different themes and everything. Yeah, no, because in the dream you're like, oh, I get it, that makes total sense, and then you wake up and you're like, that made 0 sense. What? Like, but in the dream you're like, totally. Oh, that makes like it's so funny. I don't get sleep paralysis because I don't sleep on my back. That's what causes it more often than not. And I can't like, even if I had something like that happen, I wouldn't see anything because I always lay on my stomach with like my eyes on my pillow. I can't sleep on my stomach. It doesn't work. No. Also, when I wake, I don't have, like, when I wake up, I am awake. You know what I mean? I don't have any, like, in-between state where I'm too groggy to think. Like, when I wake up, like, yeah, I feel tired as hell, but, like, I can solve a complex math problem within 1 second of waking up. That's just how it works. So I don't think I'm likely to get sleep paralysis. No, yeah, when you question anything in the brain, like if you're not going with the flow, your brain's like, and it will like either remove details or like try to subtly tell you to stop thinking like that. It's crazy. I've got hit with that buzzer, dude. I've totally got hit with that. I'm not like physically buzzer, but like I can like hear my brain tell me stop thinking about that, and I'm like, and half the time I listen, half the time I don't. Because you know the subconscious and conscious don't always get along, you know. They got their arguments. It's totally normal, you know. A lot of people just don't listen to their subconscious at all, though, and then they get into a lot of trouble mentally. I mean, it's not an easy thing to listen to your subconscious, but it's got stuff to say. You know, it's a large part of your brain. That's so cool. My, like, recurring, like, exploring dream is, like, I wake up in, like, a house that, like randomly generates and has 1 million floors and 1 million rooms, and I'm trying to, like, find something. And whatever I find, like, sometimes I'll find a talking dog, or sometimes I'll find, like, I remember one time I found a talking dog that was like, here, do you want some water? And then took, like, a solid block of water out and then licked all the water up. And it's like, oh, sorry, I ate it all. And I was like, okay. And then the dream ended. I've had that. The background as well. Nothing that like it wasn't. It's not intimidating in any way. It's like all the rooms feel very comfortable. They always have couches and TVs, and I remember a lot of the time, what I would do is, I would kind of recognize what's going on, and I would just kind of chill in one room that I liked because I had like a nice view of the TV, and it was like a comfortable area, and I was just like, this is nice. I'll just chill in here for a while. It's cool, and I would do that a lot. So sometimes I would just give up the hunt to just relax because I like being in rooms that feel comfortable. Not that the TV would ever work, but I didn't need it to work. Damn. Oh, for sure. I'm woken up from dreams and just abruptly sat up and I'm like, what happened at all there? Wow, that was weird. Is it possible to lucid dream every single night? I don't know. Sometimes the brain has a lot to catch up on. I feel like, you know, like when I'm really exhausted, I don't get a lot of like crazy dreams. But if you're getting a consistent 8 hours a night and you don't feel like you're playing any sort of catch up, your brain will dream a lot more frequently. But if like you've been like neglecting sleep for a long time, then even if you sleep for a long time, you're not going to have any dreams where you have any chance to lucid dream because your brain needs that time. If your brain needs the time, it will take it, you know? Yeah. That happens a lot. Like, sometimes your brain will remember places you've been, but, like, distort them. Like, I remember one time, I was in my old house back in Ohio, and it was, like, 4 a.m., and it felt like 4 a.m. You know how 4 a.m. used to feel as a kid? Like, when you, like, sneak downstairs to hang out downstairs, and it was, like, the most, like, mystical, ethereal experience of all time? Like, it felt very much like that. And I snuck downstairs and sat on the couch watching, like next to the TV, and what happened is for some reason the couch expanded to like infinity in both directions, and then the TV got bigger and bigger, and I just became smaller and smaller, and I was just like this little tiny guy on this infinite couch looking at a TV like big enough to fill up like the whole ass like horizon of the sky, and it was like, wow, this is awesome. I love that one. I've been to Cedar Point, yeah. Long time ago now because of all the COVID stuff, but you know. That's so weird. That's so weird. There's not too many cases of that, but I've heard a lot of psychedelic like trip reports in which two people had the exact same experience and stopped at the exact same time. It's weird. No idea what to make of it. That makes sense that dreams can have the same thing happen because it activates a lot of the same parts of the brain. Yeah, I went to Millennium Force. I rode the Maverick. I rode Steel Vengeance. I've been on Top Throw. Been on the Slingshot. I really like the Slingshot. Really good, even though it's not like a roller coaster. It's just very thrilling, you know? Steel Vengeance is probably my favorite. It's really cool. Ah, man. Yeah, I heard it's been shut down. Alright, well this was a nice stream, guys. Thanks for stopping by today. I appreciated you guys hanging with me, but I gotta go grab dinner. Yeah, I didn't get it much done because I just felt really bad. But hey, I mean, it's always nice to just spend some time and hanging out and all that. I hope that in the coming days I can really, really start getting good at this. But if not, whatever. What are we in a rush for, right? The only thing I should genuinely rush myself out on is probably getting that sync video out. But then outside of that, I don't need to sweat it. I'm going at my own pace. I'm trying when I play. It's not like I'm not trying entirely. I'm just not getting the consistency I need to. But that's fine too. I'm not that pressed about it right now. We haven't been playing this for that long. I'm having fun. I'm having fun just hanging out every day and talking to you guys. That's all I really need right now. It'll happen when it happens, yeah. Although I'm worried that me being as lackadaisical to it as I am, that I'll just not gain the consistency that I need to. But I'm just not in the mood. I don't know. I don't know. I'm chilling, Alright, I'll see you guys. Bye.